Your name. It's Arthur, right? Hi, Arthur. Can you hear me? Arthur! Oh, he left. Where'd you go, Arthur?
No,
Oh,
I see. Ah,
he doesn't have a microphone. Ah, he doesn't have a microphone, so he can't speak, but he can chat. Okay, chat. Chat to me, Arthur.
okay. So Tom says it's working.
Okay, I want to ask Tom to do something then. Ask
Okay.
him. Are you still on with him?
Yes, I'll bring him here.
Oh, okay.
אתה לא צריך אותו?
Okay, well,
Okay. So that's the way to do it with two computers. Register now.
yeah, I could have set up another computer, but I didn't.
Okay, but he doesn't, I don't know. Okay, so I'll,
Ah, okay. I get it, Arthur. So, oh, Tammy, something
yes,
strange is happening here.
yes,
Look at the chat. Can you see the chat?
in a minute.
I'm writing to Arthur. Arthur is there in the picture. Do you see Arthur's picture there?
Yes, I see.
Okay, and I'm saying, can you see and hear me? And according to this, you are chatting. For some reason, I can't use a mic. That is not you, right?
No.
So somehow this damn thing has you mixed
Chat.
up with him. It's not a big deal, but it's just a little disconcerting. But he has left now. It shows him not here.
No, I see him.
Well, I'm looking on my control panel, and he is not in the room. Only at his picture.
Ah, this I don't know. The picture is in. I don't see anything on the chat. Oh,
You
there
don't?
is some
Okay.
problem here.
Okay.
I can't see. Oh, I'm going to re-enter. Okay?
Yep.
No. Okay, that's it. I see you. Okay.
All right. I want to know what Tom sees in his other computer.
Okay, how do I get in? Okay, this. Yes.
Did I send? Oh God, I hope I didn't.
Chat is currently disabled, but why don't we see anything? Okay. Oh, I remember that I got into webinars before time and I heard the webmasters speak. Oh, I see you. Okay. So, oh, now I see me. It did now see you.
Really? I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything.
But why don't we see anything?
Okay, you're looking at the other computer now?
Oh, I remember that. What a delay! Webinars before time. I heard the
Yes.
webmasters. Oh, I see. Okay. Ages. Oh, that was.
It's about 45 seconds.
Wow. Now see.
So you can't have the sound turned up on that other computer.
I turned it off.
Okay, let me test something here, and I want you to just see how long it takes for your picture to appear.
Okay.
Your full screen now, according to my. Okay. Hello there. Who have we got in the room? Mayra Zomer. Hello there. Welcome. So type something in the chat, Myrav. I guess I'm saying that right. Am I saying your name right, Myrav?
Merav.
Oh, Myrav, that's you. You're doing it. Haha.
Hi, Merav.
Okay. Yes. And oh, Tammy and Myrav. Myrav. But Tammy.
Yes.
Oh, you're logged in as a presenter, but you're also logged in as an attendee.
No, yes, I'm sorry. Instead of writing Tom's name, you can see me as an attendee, but with another mail address.
Well,
okay?
all I see is the name.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I have no idea how long it takes. What can we do to check it?
All right, well, look at the other computer and tell me
Yes.
who's in the big screen.
I am.
All right, good. Now I'm going to switch it to me.
Okay.
Tell me when you see me in the big screen.
Now I see you.
Okay, that's how long it took.
Wow.
So that's why we can't be switching back and forth that much.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And what I can do, I can say, okay, well, in just a minute, I'm going to turn this back to Tammy, or I'm going to ask Tammy a question. All the while, I will have you on warming up there. And so, same thing when you come to me. If you say, I'm going to ask you a question now, Pat, and I want blah blah blah, and give it a lengthy explanation. I'll be switching back to me as soon as I know. That's how we have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not good at talking so much, but.
Oh, you are good. Don't say that. You're terrific.
Okay. So we have 10 more minutes. I'll go and bring my water.
Okay, yeah.
I don't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Now I hear you.
Okay.
Okay. What were you saying when I went to fetch my water?
I don't remember.
Okay.
funny for you.
That you don't remember? Yes,
Wait
because
till you get to be 82. See how much you remember.
well, I think that you're doing better than I do.
That's okay. I'll live through it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so we
I
can't,
love
we
them.
can't see.
Huh?
Merav, is Merav on?
Still there.
אוקיי. מירב, את יכולה לכתוב לנו משהו? באנגלית? בטח מי שמאיתנו תראה את זה. וואו, the ice broke here.
Oh.
In the bottle.
Oh my. Oh well. Hmm.
Well, I don't see that she's writing.
Hmm.
You can, מירב, you can WhatsApp me. Okay. Do we have anything? What email did you mean when you asked me if I received it? Pat?
I do not know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometime today you sent me an email asking if I received the email.
I only have room in my mind right now for one thing, and I'm sorry I do not remember. Yeah,
Okay.
that's me. I'm a dumbbell.
Well, at least you have a room for one thing. I'm not sure that I have a room at all.
That's good. That's good. You have a sense of humor. Okay, so Arthur Schlesinger, I wonder if you're here, Arthur. I better not fool with that. Because I don't know how to make somebody appear on chat. I mean, I don't know how. I know how to make them appear on chat, but I don't know. I think he's gone.
Maybe. How comes his picture is here?
That I don't know. It just probably stays forever, or
Yes, but we don't see the picture of Merav.
well, no, and I don't know why that is, but that's neither here nor there, I think. Now we don't see. Now I don't see Merav. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Is that your son's name then, Merav?
No, this is a friend
A friend.
who I
Okay.
invited. No.
Ah,
I joined as Tammy instead of Tom. So you have me twice.
oh, I see. Okay, so Merav is a real live attendee
Yes.
then. Okay, well, hi, Merav. I know you can't say hi back, but put something in the chat window to say hi, or maybe you did already. No, I don't see it. Where are you in the world, Merav?
I can speak for her.
Well, I know
She's
I
from
wanted to put something in the
Israel.
chat if she could hear
Yes.
me.
I'll SMS her.
Hmm. Uh, oh, I, hmm. Yeah. So, Mirav, can you put something in the chat window? Can you find the chat window? Hmm.
No, I don't see anything. Wow, it is so funny that there is a lot of difference. I still see in the other computer that I write the SMS.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, yeah, let me see. Mirav, are you still there? Ah, there's another person online. There is Bilha.
בילה, היי
Bila.
בילה, אם את שומעת אותי.
Hey, Bila, can you write something in the chat for us? What's the temperature where you are?
It's writing. Well, Mirav can't write.
Oh, what's wrong?
Maybe she is watching through the telephone.
Okay. Well, that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, I don't think the telephone has a chat. Did you write down? I see you have hard time to deal with that software.
No.
Did you write that, Tammy?
No.
Okay,
No,
well, I don't know why it's under your name, but that must be Bila or Mirav.
Mm-hmm. No, they would not say such a thing.
What somebody
Maybe it's
did.
Arthur.
Somebody
So
did.
okay, so please, when you write something in the chat, write your name too, because we don't see who is writing.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy. That's great. Okay, so our room is slowly getting the attendees. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 minutes until 1. Just took a drink of water. So we're going to wait until at least 1. Or in the case of, if you're in Israel, it would be 9 p.m.
It's going to be 9, yes, in 1 minute. I'm going to try to write to Bila.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall wait for her to answer.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody can say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a delay on the chat too. About the same. But this broadcast is being recorded, and it's going to be on YouTube later. So even if anybody misses it that's registered, they're still going to get the replay.
Okay.
They can still watch it and give us feedback.
Okay. And Bila, somebody has wrote, I'm in Poland.
Oh, okay.
Here, but we don't know who wrote it.
Yeah, okay. Whoever wrote I'm in Poland, I think it was probably Arthur. I know you're in Poland.
Arthur, yes, it's Arthur.
But you have a nickname. I forgot your nickname. I'm so sorry. Would you please write down your nickname, Arthur?
Dundee.
Dundee, that's right. Dundee. Okay, hi there. Thank you for joining. And it's unfortunately we don't have a way to tell who is writing what. I can see what you write, but I don't know who you are. So just put your name after what you write or before. And I will. It's 8 p.m. in Poland. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
And I want to thank Bila, who is following me, who is coming whenever I do something.
Oh.
And That's a good friend.
Yes, it is. Yes, and Dundee, I know Dundee comes from my mastermind group
Ah, great.
on Prophet Academy, so I'm very glad that that you joined us, Dundee.
Okay.
The people who are here, you are the faithful, and we appreciate it.
Right. Okay.
Would you type in the chat, type a yes if you can hear us clearly? If you can hear us clearly, just type a yes. Yep, I got one yes. Mira says hi. Yes, Dundee says yes, he can hear us.
Okay.
That's good. Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't see what people are writing on the chat.
Okay. Do you have a sidebar on the right?
Yes, I do. But
Up at the
it
top.
does.
At the top is there. It says Webinar Jam. Right.
I see the chat, but I don't see anything that is written there.
Oh, well, that's funny. Let me see. Huh. Okay. Okay, I can write down a sticky message there. Just means it will stay at the top. I'm writing, hi everyone. Thanks for being here. Please hold your questions until we ask for questions. And please write your name. Okay, can't spell your. Try again there. Write your name. Okay, good enough. Let's see if I see that in my.
Okay, so Arthur is writing. Now I can see because I've opened another window.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing well.
One for each eye.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I have labeled every text message with a name.
hi, Nini.
Okay.
I see that you joined us.
Oh, Arthur says Dundee knows, he does know who's talking, and see, we don't. I don't know what's wrong with this silly thing, but it's all in getting used to it. This is the first time we've done it, so we are going to get to some content, I promise you, and I think we might as well get going here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we thank you for being here. That's number one. Oh, I see more. I see more people. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay. We got Nini.
So, Nini is from Israel.
Nini. Hi, Nini. I like that name, Nini.
Yes. And Didi, do you know Didi?
Bibi.
Didi.
Didi.
Yes.
Oh, Didi. Hi, Didi. Yes, I know Didi. I invited Didi.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So we are
Do we
on our
start?
way. Hmm?
Do we start?
Yes, I think we start.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so would everybody do us a favor while we're getting started? I would just like for you to put down, just right off the top of your head, what is your greatest fear right now? I don't mean this second maybe, but in general, in your life, what's your biggest fear? Because we're going to talk about some fears today. And,
yes, this is why we are here.
Uh-huh. And I've actually taken a poll of various people about this, and the answers are usually pretty similar. So I just like to check and see if your answers compare with the ones I've already gotten. I'm searching through my papers here to see if I have it on tap. Apparently I don't, but I know what it said anyway. So anyway.
Okay.
Okay,
so Mimi is asking me to introduce you because she doesn't know you.
Oh, hi, Mimi.
So,
yeah. So
this
Tammy,
is Pat.
Tammy, I'm going to put the camera on you then, because you'll be talking about me. I know this is kind of confusing, and they're still seeing me.
Yes.
All right. Because we have, and I'll just explain this. We have a 45-second delay when we switch the camera from one to the other. So if you see Tammy and I'm the one talking, that's the reason why. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, the woman who started to talk is Pat, my friend, who I met when we joined together a course with Jack Canfield. We studied there how to actually get from one point to another to a better place, how to succeed, how to take something into success. And we got to be friends, and after a while, Pat, with her motivation and ambition and so much energy at her young age, she decided that she's going to do a webinar. And she asked me to join her, and I'm so glad that I'm not the leader, that I can count on you, Pat. Well, Pat is from the United States. I'm from Israel. And Pat, would you like to say something about why we came here, why we deal with fear?
Sure.
Can you change the picture?
I did already. It takes 45 seconds.
Great.
So,
okay. Great.
Yeah. I got interested in the subject of women's fears in particular because I'm a woman and I understand women's fears. All my life I've dealt with fear, and I dare say that the people, all of you in this webinar, have dealt with fear at some point and with some degree of seriousness, because it can become a very serious issue. It can become a paralyzing thing. You don't dare to do anything because you're afraid that something bad will happen, that you'll make a mistake, or could be major. So I know from my experiences with talking to women that their fears are very similar. One of the fears on here I see on the chat is not having a source of income, and that's universal. Applies to both men and women, of course. Women traditionally have been in the home and maybe didn't they didn't work. Okay, they had that option. Men are becoming more aware of that option for themselves, which I think is great. But somebody has to bring in an income in the family, so it's something that touches everybody. How am I going to live? How am I going to survive? I know I'm kind of rambling on here. I think that sums up my history with fear. Okay, which is it's universal. It happens to me periodically. Even yet, fears don't go away. They just become manageable. And part of why we're here today is we've got some experience in how to make fears manageable for you. So I think I ought to take a little bit of time to introduce my friend Tammy, and she introduced me, so it's only fair I should introduce you, Tammy. As you said, we met at the Jack Canfield group coaching course, and we became accountability partners first. Tammy is an excellent accountability partner. She pushes you to the limit. Do this. Why didn't you do that? Well, she's nice about it, but I mean, she's very stern sometimes. Okay,
Yes.
when she wants me to do something that I don't. Well, I want to, but you know how that goes. Anyway, so we teamed up and just became good friends. And then we decided to do this webinar together because we complement each other. I am more of a go with the flow kind of person, use my intuition, not necessarily have a script, not necessarily have a system, although I like systems and I use them.
Acting. You're doing.
Okay. And Tammy is much more organized, much more systematized. She has a framework around the work that she does. Not that she doesn't use her intuition, because she does, but she can fit into a framework of this is the way we do it, kind of thing. And it's easy for people to understand the system that she provides.
This helps me to keep fear away. This is one system to keep fear away.
This is true. This is true. This is a fact.
Yeah.
I was going to put the focus on you. I just did, and you're probably not there yet for the. But I want to say some more, so I'm going to switch it back to me. Okay. The main reason that I got interested in women's fears was in this Jack Canfield course that we took. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. Now I'm now 82 years old. I was at the time, I think, 80. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. But the fact of the matter is, the rest of my life can be another 20 or 30 years and maybe even longer. Modern medicine has done wonderful things to keep people alive, and I've fortunately had good genes and eat reasonably well and don't smoke anymore and all that. So the reason I'm saying this to you is I want women, men too, I want people to know that they have a lot of life ahead of them, a lot of life after their children are grown, to do something positive for themselves, for their family, for their community, for the world. And when you decide you're going to do something like that, fears come right out of the woodwork. Why? Because you're way out of your comfort zone. I'm speaking of myself now. Way out of my comfort zone to do something like that. And I am right now, but I'm doing it. Because I believe that I can, and I believe that it's necessary for not just me, but for everybody. Okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about the history of fear. And human beings are stuck with fear. Tammy, why don't you, I know you've got a pretty hefty lecture on the subject of fear. Would you give us your...
Yes, okay. So we actually have rational and irrational fears. Rational fears consist of being afraid of things that may actually hurt us, such as crossing the street against the light, in the face of coming traffic, being afraid of speeding or being stopped by a policeman, being shouted by a neighbor, which I had for the last few weeks, failing the test, and this may stop us in our developing forward in career, in studying, whatever. And there are irrational fears. Those are the fears in which we imagine some scenarios that may cause us to feel an unpleasant emotion. They are not life-threatening, merely ego-threatening. But we believe the ego. We believe that if the ego says that something is wrong, then we are doomed. For example, if a salesman is afraid to pick up the phone to call a prospect he does not know, or even one that he does know, the prospect may not be receptive to the call, and we tell ourselves that this is a personal rejection. Not that that man doesn't need it right now. This is very personal. He is rejecting me. We are afraid of feeling bad, unappreciated, unloved. So we don't make the call. We don't do anything to develop ourselves, to continue with the missions that we took on us. We actually know that fears, some of the fears are we are born with, like the fear of sound. A baby who will hear a loud sound will start to cry because it is a surprise and it is not a nice surprise for him. On the other hand, a baby is living at the beginning in his own secluded world, and he doesn't know that outside there are people, there are parents who bring everything to him. When he starts to figure out that there is somebody who is coming or not coming, who is bringing his milk or not, who is hugging him or is away now, he starts to fear because he wants something right now and it doesn't come. And then when he grows up, or she grows up, peers may say something, laugh at him, laugh at her, and they feel unloved. They think that they have to behave in a certain way in order to be appreciated, to be accepted, to be part of society, of the group that we want to be part of. And further on, we might have problems with our teachers who may not like us, who will expect us to be perfect or good or better than we are now. And if we are not, who knows what they will do to us. Later on, some people get married and we turn to expect something from marriage, and in order to keep the expectations, we start to behave not like ourselves. Because we fear that something might happen. Maybe our partner will leave us. Maybe our partner will even be sad. It's enough to not want to sadden someone in order for us not to behave as we would like to. So we forget ourselves, we forget what we want, we forget what our intuition tells us. And we have our bad feelings, our bad moments. We feel sometimes slowly. And only if we deal with fear, we dig deep inside and see the fear, not the rage that come above fear, but we really dig in. Being in the fear, we can start to deal with it, to see what is in the base, in the core, and from there to rise back up to life and really do what we want and what we can do.
Let me jump in here, yes. Tammy. Yeah, okay. And see if anybody has any questions. If you do, could you just type them into the chat if you have questions for us? If not, we'll go right on. And it takes a while for them to appear in the chat too.
Yeah.
So like 45 minutes.
Seconds. Lucky for us, only 45 seconds.
Okay. um, this webinar, I'll just add while we're waiting for the chat to manifest, that we're hoping that the attendees that we've invited today will give us feedback, honest, constructive criticism about how we can improve our webinar. I know there's a lot of things we could do to improve it, so don't be shy about it. I'm not sure how that feedback is going to come. I don't really want it right now. I want it afterwards, and maybe after the replay, and you can either put it on Glip in the case of Dundee, or you can email me, or you can email Tammy. However you get in touch with us is fine. But we do need your feedback. It's very important to us.
But be gentle. Say all you have to say. Be gentle.
Because we break really easily. Oh, Tammy.
Okay.
Okay. I don't see any questions, so maybe Dave says it sounds good. Oh, thank you, Dave. You're a sweetheart.
He also says better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Yes, that's right. Because
and better
sometimes
to do a webinar than never to do a webinar at all, right?
Right. Right. Okay. I'm here.
That's great. Yes. That's great. Okay, so
since we cannot receive stories from our audience, I would like to share one of my stories. I have many stories about my fears. Some of them are very small, some of them are so blocking me. Okay, so
go ahead. I think that the camera is just about on you, if not.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my story of trying not to get to this evening, I was, you are laughing at, this is something that I dreamt of. I want to do webinars. I want to spread the word that you don't have to be controlled by fear. You can conquer fear. You can give a hand to fear and walk with it and support yourself and support your fear. But as we got to the date of having the webinar, I looked for excuses not to do it. We are not ready yet. We are not fit. We don't know what to say. And I don't want to be embarrassed by making mistakes, by not knowing what to say. That people won't like what we have to say, that the sky will suddenly fall down on me. And I don't know what else, but just fear is here. And yet I'm doing it because I promised that. And we have a lot to contribute to in conquering your fear and in learning what to do with it so that it is little. It is not something that will control your life, and you will not believe what you can do once you know how to work with fear. But I just ignored my fear and continued because I say that you are on a mission.
Yeah.
Beyond teaching how to live with fear, and
yes.
even use it to our benefits as a motivation, as a drive.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that. I'll tell you a story about me too, and this goes back to when I was a teenager. I was a singer, and I was participating in music contests. I was totally terrified in front of people doing this, especially of the judges. And my music teacher said something to me very shocking. She said, You just have to get up there and think to yourself, I don't give a damn what you think about me. I mean, in those days, that was very shocking for me to hear, because I didn't hear that in everyday life. Nobody said that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's nothing for me to say I don't give a damn, all right? But I had to learn it at somebody else's knee. Somebody had to tell me, you know, hey, you're just doing the best you can, so don't let it bother you. And the way that she told it to me was important for me too, because it was so shocking that I remembered it. I remembered when I got in front of all those people, hey, I don't give a damn. And of course I did. Of course I did. But as time went on and years went by, it slowly became into my being. I can speak to people, I can sing in front of people, and it is what it is. If they don't like it, that's just too bad.
Yes.
And now I'm a much kinder in my thinking. It's not that I don't give a damn what you all think of me. It's that I know you're just like me. And you have the same, oh, I don't want to get up in front of an audience and speak, because it's the fear of public speaking is right up there next to death on most people's lists. So,
Right.
so this is important. Tammy, do you think that it's time for us to talk about our course and what we're going to teach to the general public?
Yes, I think that it's very good
Okay.
to start with it.
We have a course that we're going to do, and we think we're going to call it, what did we decide? Put fear in its place. Put fear in its place, and the acronym is FAITH. Yeah. So this course is going to be taught in like mid-October through mid-November, 5 weeks. Do you want to start in and explain what we mean by our acronym FAITH?
Okay, so FAITH is actually the first letter F is focus. Focus on fear. Don't sweep it under the rug. You can't manage it if you hide from it or by burying yourself in the covers, on TV, on work, dealing with business of other people instead of yours, eating. You use it to move forward. You use the fear to move forward. You are going to learn how to make friends with fear. We cannot conquer fear. We can make friends with it and know how to go on, how to move forward. The second letter of FAITH is A, which stands for avoidance. And we ask you and ourselves not to avoid fear. We have to welcome it. We are going to teach you, to show you how not to avoid, how to make friends with it. Another A is affirmations. We use kind wording like I am beautiful, capable, and lovable, or I deserve to realize my dreams, or I deserve to dream, or I deserve to live free. And the more we say it, the more we become to believe it, even though at the beginning it sounds so false, so untrue, we get to believe it. Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to continue with the I?
Yeah, go ahead.
The I.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the I is a biggie. It's looking at yourself, at myself in the mirror and saying, what do I want? What do I want from life? Not what do I have to do, what do I want? Not what does my husband, my partner, my child, my neighbor, my parents, my boss, my whoever, what they all want, but what do I want? All of our lives we have been givers, caregivers, putting others' needs before our own. We are going to give you a permission to be selfish, to think about yourself, to decide for yourself. Not just your needs, but what you can contribute to the world, which is something that gives a lot of energy, a lot of good feeling when you do not only what you wish, but what you wish the world to look like, and you have the tools to help other people to build with you the world that we want to. The T in faith is teach yourself to be fearless, using the formula or the method that we have developed and that we are going to teach you with a set of tools to use. And the H in faith is help someone else. Like in the 12-step programs that were originally proposed by Alcoholics Anonymous in the United States as a method of recovery from alcoholism, they found out that helping other people that have the same challenges as we do may serve us as a great support in our way to handle fear and and the consequences of fear.
I could jump in here.
Okay.
I know you can't see me yet, but I'm here. So, and I chose the acronym FAITH, because it's important to have faith in yourself. Whether you have a religious faith or not is not as important, perhaps, as having the faith in yourself. For me, I have both, and it's I'm very glad that I do. One of the things I want to do now is just open this up for questions. There's 8 people in attendance now, which is really good. I think 8 out of 16 have joined us. Sermine?
Oh, Sermine. Hi,
Sermine
Sermine.
has joined us. Hi, Sermine. And Dave, too, my friend, I saw had joined us. So anyway, if you could tell us in the chat if you have questions about what you've heard so far about fear or about our course. Is there anything that's unclear or anything you wish we would include? Put it that way. And I know there's a delay here until I can see what you have written, so I will. I'll talk about some of the bonuses that we're going to give when people sign up for the course. And this part of our webinar we really haven't prepared thoroughly, so I'm totally winging it. But we'll have things like a couple of really good videos or audios that will be bonuses on top of the course itself. We'll have a Facebook group that will be private. We'll have a 30-minute session for each participant, and we're going to limit the number of participants because this is something we are developing, and this will be a beta group, so we want our participants, again, just like you, to give us feedback on how we can better develop the course, what they gained from it, what we could have left out, what we could have put in, all that kind of stuff. And so we will limit it to probably no more than 20 people, and we'll let you know when it is so you can invite your friends, etc. Okay, Mimi is asking a question now. Can you?
Yes, she says that I'm blurred and you look sharp.
Yeah, I know.
And, yes, maybe it has to do with the speed of my internet.
That's what
I'm sorry
told.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And another
Dave
question.
Dave is asking, if it's a live course, how often and when does it meet?
Yeah, it will meet once a week. The course is probably be held for 1 hour every week, and then we'll set up the individual sessions around our schedules. What else did you want to know, Dave? I can't see the question.
Okay, and this is what he wanted to do. If it's live, yes, it is live.
Yes.
And did he ask, is a course for a certain age group or open to anyone and any gender?
Well, Tammy and I were thinking of only women, possibly women over the age of 40, because of the differences in the fears. So I'd be interested in feedback on that too, whether you think it's necessary to limit to only older women or whether we can broaden it. That would be interesting to know.
I don't see right now any more questions.
Okay. All right. Well, I've come to the end of what I plan to say.
Okay.
So, and obviously this webinar, if we were going to offer the course, we would be giving out the details of how to register for the course, how much it costs. We're thinking of $197, which I think is a steal for all that we're offering. The ongoing access to the private group, the ongoing access to, what do we say, to us?
Well, I wanted to tell the audience actually that dealing with fear can be with something very small, but also can be when you hear the alarm in Israel, and you know that rockets are coming down, and you really fear for your life.
Yeah.
And we can handle it so that it will be something that you deal with. You have to go and take care of your safety, but you do not have to fear at that time. And this is true in many cases, that we think that our imagination of what might happen is the truth. We really believe our thoughts, but we actually can learn how to not believe the thoughts and how to be present, how to look around and see that we are safe, that everything is all right with us. And we have to take care of safety, but we don't have to live the imagination, the movie that is running in our head. We can push it aside and feel much lighter, and yet keep our safety.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody want to add anything or tell us what we should include in the course?
Dave is writing, if you talk about women's fears, so men can also understand their women better. Yes, of course. If we tell, I guess that what he means is that, Dave, what you mean is that there are fears that are special for women in the world that is quite dominated by men. And if men can get to know it, because they don't know how to appreciate it, and if they can learn to know it, they will know how to behave, which is very important. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think we've pretty much come to the end of what we intended to say.
Yes.
I'm really very grateful to all of you for coming. And when you will be sent a notice about a replay, I believe, and it's going to be on YouTube. You can probably find it without the link, but there definitely will be a replay, and you can listen to it again if you can stand it. No. Thank you again so
Just a
much
minute.
for
Didi
coming.
is saying, if you do a mix of genders, though, then it might cause the women there to not feel open enough to share.
Yeah, true.
Yes, in a way it's true, and this is why we consider to do it separately, but we can also do a special group for men.
Yeah, we
And
could.
as I see it, there are special fears that men live and women just
Yeah.
don't understand.
That's true.
Mhm.
For myself, what I thought was that because men's and women's spheres are different, and because I understand women's spheres much more than I understand men's, because I've lived them, that I would prefer to just make that my niche, as they call it.
Mhm.
You're all familiar with the word. That's my niche, is women's spheres. Women's,
Blooming, actually.
yeah, that's the title of a book that I wrote called Never Too Late to Bloom. And thank you for reminding me about that, Tammy.
Okay.
So thank you all once more for coming. And I think we're gonna end the webinar if we have no more questions.
And please do tell us what you think, and we'll try to make it better next time.
Great. Okay, bye everybody.
Okay, thank you, bye.